Hello, how are you? I'm Jules. I'm 47. I'm just starting this vlogging thing to share what I've learned, what I am learning, what I'm experiencing, my thoughts on that. So if that interests you, then please stick around and subscribe for more. Thanks. So today, I would like to talk about leaving things that don't align with you anymore, or maybe they never did. When I was a kid in elementary school, I really wanted to be a member of the popular crowd several times. Yeah, I would say like pretty much in every school I went to, when I first got there, at least in elementary school. I gave up after 6th grade and just went full weird. But we'll get there. So in 1st grade, I remember wanting to hang out with the cool kids, but so anyway, I didn't fit in 1st grade, and then my parents asked me if I wanted to try going to an experimental school in the school district. It would be further away and I would have a long bus ride to get there, but the class sizes would be smaller, and they were experimenting with like a different curriculum. And since I wasn't fitting in anyway, I didn't have any really close friends. I said, sure, why not? And I think it was a good decision. I think that other school was great. And so I went to that school from 2nd to 5th grade. And then I decided that that district at the time anyway, I think it might have changed now, but at the time it had elementary school, junior high, rather than middle school and then high school. So it was K through 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 through 12 for high school. And I decided that I wanted to go back to my neighborhood school for 6th grade so that I could get to know everyone that I would be going to junior high with, and none of the other kids, I think, that I went to that, it's called a magnet school because it drew kids from all over the district to that experimental school. I don't think I was gonna go to junior high with any of them. So I wanted to meet the kids that I was gonna go to junior high with before actually going to junior high. So I decided to leave that school long before I even decided to leave the school. There was another popular group of girls that I wanted to be a part of at that school. And I actually got into that group, but then I realized that I didn't really like the girls, especially the head girl. And we'd have big disagreements and I would go off on my own. I would just leave the group and play by myself at recess and stuff. Which I also don't think is super normal, but then again, it might be more common than I think. I think most kids maybe don't even try to get into the popular group. Maybe that's it. But I don't know how many actually make it in and then realize they don't want to be there. But that's been my experience over and over. And the funny thing is about this period of time, it kind of astonishes me when I look back on it. Like, I would get into the group and then I decided I didn't want to be there and I'd leave. And then sometimes I'd take a defector with me, like another girl would decide that she also didn't agree with the way things were going, and so we'd leave together. But sometimes that other girl was a spy And sometimes I'd figure it out. I'd get them to spy for me also, so they'd be double agents. I mean, we were like little kids. I'm not even sure we knew like really what spies were. Like, where did we come up with this stuff? It's so weird. Uh, anyway, so yeah, that all happened, and then I get to the school that I'm going to in 6th grade, and of course there's another popular group there, and of course I decide that I need to be a part of it. I managed to get into the popular group on the fringes there. And one day I was standing with them at recess, and I was kind of like, we'd stand in a little huddle, and I was standing on the outer edges of the huddle listening to them, the girls in the middle, talk, and like 3 of them I think were talking about something they'd done together over the weekend, and it was clear that they hadn't invited any of us edge huddlers, and I realized I wasn't enjoying myself at all. I wasn't getting anything out of it. It was clear that they didn't like me enough to include me in their weekend plans. And I just kind of was like, what the fuck am I doing here? So I turned on my heel and I walked away from them. And they instantly noticed, which surprised me. One of them was like, Jules, where are you going? I was like, I'm bored. I'm gonna find something else to do. And there was a girl that I was curious about that always walked around the track by herself at lunch. And so I just walked right over to her and I was like, hey, mind if I join you? And we ended up being besties for, I think, the next 2 years. And that was like, I remember that moment so clearly, like, what am I doing here? Like, this is not benefiting me at all. And so, and that's not the last time I've done that. I've repeatedly done that throughout my life, and it disturbs people every single time. People get really upset by it. But I think more people should do it more often, honestly. I think we allow ourselves to get habituated to things that don't serve us. They don't contribute to our joy, our fulfillment, our sense of purpose, or anything, and it slowly drains our life force to be in that sort of environment where we don't feel appreciated, where we are not contributing or enjoying ourselves. Like, why spend your short and precious life on anything that not only does not sustain and fulfill you, but actively drains you? If you can identify any areas in your life where that's true, I encourage you to, at the very least, acknowledge it, journal about it, think about it, feel about it. Feel in your body. What does your body want to do? And then make a plan, or don't. Go wild if you want to, but I encourage you, especially if it's like work or something, or like a marriage, I encourage you to make a plan, an exit strategy, and then follow it. There are always, definitely, I won't say always, because in that case, when I walked away from the girls in 6th grade, there was no hardship about it, but often there is hardship. So be prepared for a bumpy exit, but it's 100% worth it. I think it might always be worth it. Do you want to see my earrings today? I sort of made these, the spiral triangle part were my mom's from like the 70s. And then the little dangly star parts I made as separate earrings. But they kind of weren't like, I don't know, zhuzh. They didn't have enough zhuzh. I didn't feel like either pair had enough zhuzh on its own somehow. So I decided to put them together and make one pair of earrings out of the two. And yeah, it's fun. Get creative. Take the things out of your life that don't give you joy. Maybe combine some others that do, but maybe they'll be better together. I don't know. I don't know what the moral of the story is. Again, I'll let you figure it out. But anyway, I'm all put together. It's now time for me to journal. Thank you so much for being here. And if you've gotten this far, if you've listened all the way to the end, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. Please subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you next time. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be wealthy, and may you feel at ease. I love you. Goodbye.